Welcome to Sad Boys, podcast about feelings and other things also. I'm Jarvis.
I'm Jordan. Is it distracting that I'm fiddling with this napkin?
I was wondering what it was.
I'm just wondering. I've been noticing it more recently for whatever reason. I think
This napkin.
there is this nervous energy that's generated in me now that I'm walking so much less, because I feel like I get the jitters out on my way to the coffee shop, and now I get out of the car, I walk inside, and I just find myself just like pouring and stuff.
We need to get you like a fidget cube.
I do need.
Or you need to start tap dancing.
Just grab it in your glasses.
That is an option, I suppose. I like your jacket.
Thanks, dude.
Good jacket.
I was been on a bit of I haven't been to a thrift store in like a very long time.
Damn, that's a cold ass honky.
Oh my god. Oh. Sorry, I'm remembering 2013.
That was crazy time.
What was okay, wait, yeah, throwing back in astral projecting to 2013. I just think of the year, where are you in your brain and what are you doing? Like physically, where are you?
Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, on the run?
I'm on the run. I was studying abroad.
Who was she?
Right before I
2013.
graduated. I guess yeah.
4 years of American college?
Mm-hmm.
You're too
I
old.
graduated 2014.
Okay, is it
I guess no, it would have been that was summer 2014, I guess.
I'm gonna say a random age, and I want.
Oh, summer 2013, I was interning at Yelp
And how old
in
were
San
you?
Francisco.
21.
21. 2013, yeah, 21.
I'm gonna say random number. You tell me exactly where you are at that age and what you are doing in your astral projection. 17.
What am I doing in my astral projection?
Yeah, like where first memory ever, first.
A 17, I feel like I'm eating Oscar Mayer hot dogs and playing Counter-Strike Source on and also RuneScape.
Dual wielding.
I was dual wielding, yeah.
You were doing one of those super elaborate, like, games done quick speed runs where
Yeah.
you're playing 2 games.
How about you, 19?
19, I am in my no AC, abnormally hot apartment in Falmouth, England. First apartment that was not in the dorms. And I am listening to Thrift Shop. Truly, maybe. It was on rotation in the house for sure. Oh, or
I guess that would have been 2013, huh?
Daft Punk Random Access Memories.
Random Access Memories is great. Alive 2007, shout out to that. I got it from my history teacher.
It's
My
one of the best
European
records of all
history
time.
teacher in my sophomore year of high school had a CD collection that you could rent
I am listening to that. I'm going upstairs.
Shout out Dr. Reinhardt. He started a vegan restaurant.
Whoa, weird pivot.
Mr. Reinhardt? I don't know if he was a doctor.
I'm taking a shower in the shower that was installed in the corner of the bedroom that I was in, but there is no toilet or sink. The toilet is in its own room, and then next to that is a room with the sink and the laundry in it. In retrospect, this was definitely converted from some other kind of building illegally. I go upstairs, I bump into Dan. I go, "Hey, Dan." He goes, "Hello, Jordan." And I go, "Do you want to play on your Wii U?" We go and we play Zombie U on the Wii U, and he drinks like so many Budweisers that it's like, to this day, a little genetically confusing to me. We would get like a 24 pack and he would have 19.
I do. There is a certain type of guy archetype in America as well who can just pound those types of beers.
It's just like I'm sick of people pretending that's not so cool.
It hurts my tummy.
It's just so much stuff.
It is just so much stuff.
It's like water would be, if I saw someone crush like 18 bottles of water.
Yeah. I would also be like, what's going on?
You good?
Okay, so where do we start? 6,700. That's how many sexually suggestive or nudifying images Grok is producing every hour, according to an analysis. X is now a top deepfake site. For those, this is a Bloomberg report. For people who aren't familiar, there has been a trend on Twitter of taking images of women and going like, Grok undress her, or Grok. I don't even know if it's a capability that it had before or if it's new, but it's become such a common trend that he's leaning so hard against me.
Put your arm around him. It's cute. Oh, it's so cute.
Oh my God.
That's all he wants in the world.
So big.
So yeah, it's become a huge trend, and it seems like instead of
This is why you can't be on the show, man.
He's like not camera ready.
Instead of I don't know, nipping this type of thing in the bud, I feel like X is leaning into it.
Yeah, it's almost like they are proud that this is what Grok has become.
I guess there's no disincentive for them.
It's like we have like deepfake laws and stuff because deepfake porn was a big thing back in the like, I mean, in terms of generative AI, deepfake porn was like at the precipice of that.
Yeah, the vanguard is always going to be
very
creep
similarly.
shit.
It's always porn. It's like, why did VHS beat Betamax, etc.
Men have been asking Grok, the AI chatbot on Twitter, to take photos of women and girls and remove all or most of their clothing. Here is an example of a young woman who took pictures of herself going out on New Year's Eve, and this is what she came back to when she opened up the app. A bunch of men asking Grok to take off her clothes.
Oh, isn't there replies?
Yeah, because you have to at Grok, and so they'll say like at Grok, like change her outfit to X, Y, or Z. And,
my brain defaulted to Grok as like I was thinking of it in, I guess, any of these functions I always think of as a chat, as in the one-on-one chat equivalent. I forgot that you could be like, Grok, ruin this conversation, please.
Yeah. The thing about this is that I don't think, or you never know with Grok, but out of the box, Grok is not supposed to do nudity. And so people get around it by being like, put this person, and I'm trying to avoid the words that they use because they're like disgusting, but it's like, put this person in a translucent outfit or, you know, in a tape.
Letter of the law kind of thing. Yeah.
It's disgusting. It is like, I don't understand how it's allowed to continue. I mean, in this world, I can understand why it's allowed to continue, but
lack of care, lack of ethics.
It seems like it should be covered under some of our deepfake legislation and or terms of service of platform stuff. But
it probably is, but there's just no government oversight at the moment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it is interesting that like people are constantly talking about how what a nanny state we live in, and that you can't do anything and you can't say anything, and that like rules and regulations are going to prohibit the technological progress or whatever. I'm like, when was the last time that happened? When was the last time any of these companies or any like person in a position of power didn't just get to do whatever they wanted? What it usually is I use an antiquated term for Asian people on the Joe Rogan Experience, and someone DM'd me and said I shouldn't own this company or something. Yeah. That is, or like I went to the Riyadh Comedy Festival and then someone said
they paid me $1 million.
Then someone said that wasn't good, so I did a 3-hour podcast. And that was like really, I had
to like drown my sorrows in the $1 million I got paid.
Someone told me that I hate trans people just because I'm J.K. Rowling and I write that often. I don't like trans people.
All right, let's continue.
As women have been trying to raise awareness about this and say, hey, this isn't right. I haven't consented to my photos being used in this way. A lot of men are in the comments saying, well, you posted this picture on the internet, so this is what's going to happen. Or the terms of service mean that you give up the rights to this photo once you post it on this website.
It's crazy to me how like the goalpost of, oh, you shouldn't have worn that is now I can make you wear anything I want.
Yeah, you shouldn't exist.
You shouldn't have a physical form that I can get horny from. Yeah. And if you don't, then I can ask an AI to make you attractive to specifically my needs. It's like so invasive and so dehumanizing and violating.
And there's a reason that it's also in the replies. I think that's like one of the things that like pretending to ignore is, well, hey, you put a photo of yourself online. I'm like, okay, but like you did it at me. This wasn't like yeah, guys been printing out photos of me at home or so. This is like someone was, you know, the classic like, well, they shouldn't have been wearing that or refrain.
Yeah.
The idea of that, bullshit, but the idea of that is it's coming from like a third party that wasn't involved in doing any wrongdoing, but is trying to minimize the thing that happened. They are the person doing it and minimizing it.
And the other place that's coming from is the erroneous concept that men have such insatiable, uncontrollable urges that it's a woman's fault that they're horned up by something that they've done.
Yeah.
The men are protagonists normal and
Yeah.
Well, you know how men are.
You
They
know how
just
men are. They can't
cannot
be, but
control
boys will be
themselves.
boys. Hey, you can't stop it.
Like the funny thing about that last comment that said terms and conditions is a bitch.
don't you guys hate that?
It's like
Suddenly, yeah, it's like
what
the free
happens
speech
when-
warrior. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's turned into a barrister.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's Mr. Pedantic has entered. Like, well, the rules.
Well,
Yeah,
will
and
show.
it's like as soon as it turns on them,
Exactly, yeah.
they're gonna be like terms and conditions.
My
Like
rights.
this isn't fair. My rights. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Yeah.
It's because it's all about power, and it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I deserve power over your body, over my enjoyment of you as an object, and you don't have any say in the matter, and I can gloat,
yes.
like gleefully gloat about that. It's the your body, my choice.
yeah.
like,
oh, God.
brigade.
I mean,
Yeah.
the foundation of all expressions of sexism like this, which like has no practical application. It's not like them like replying terms and conditions apply, is not like going to reinforce the wage gap or something. Like it's just not actually doing anything tangibly. What it's doing is like possessing women. Like that's what the motivation is always like, I've taken your personhood and that is victory for me. I am now the winner of you existing, as opposed to just like, because again, otherwise, also very scary and creepy, but you wouldn't be posting it.
Yeah.
It's to hurt. It's not. This isn't like well, you shouldn't have posted it. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have attacked them.
Yeah.
It's like, and the other thing though is that the person who is so engrossed in their own objectification and pleasure, who's now dehumanized this person, is not even considering anything about their
Yeah, why
personhood,
would you? Yeah.
because they're like, it doesn't matter. You're
You're not a
whatever.
human.
I'm trying to get my rocks off or whatever.
They are the LLM. They're just going
Yeah.
like, okay, assessing. I want this thing right now, and this is the quickest way to do it.
Computer
Exactly.
enhance. Put in bikini.
No, it's literally
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Also, that is like, as far as like incel phrasing goes,
Yeah.
that is like, show me breasts in a beautiful micro bikini.
This stuff is like, because like regular pornography just exists and there's so much online, but that's the thing. That's what to me makes it feel like more of a abuse of. It's like a wielding of power.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
Someone. It's like I feel that I can have anything I want. I
Yeah.
can take you off the shelf like the object that you are.
And
you
it's
know?
extra dehumanizing. Like
Yeah.
pulling them
I'm
down.
showing you
It's giving them a tool to enact a power fantasy.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a guns don't kill people or whatever, right? Hey, it's always the same type of motherfucker that is just like, hey, terms and conditions apply. And I'm like, okay, do you think we should have a law that you can't do this? No.
I mean,
I should be allowed to do whatever I want.
We have to have laws against murder, otherwise people would just be murdering others. And it's like,
yeah, it's like all this shit is already illegal. Yeah.
like,
And also
what
you should be
makes you
allowed to.
think like this?
Oh yeah.
Why do you want to
or
murder
else-
people?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it also the ICE raids in Minneapolis, where an ICE agent just fucking murdered in cold blood a woman, and then the discussions of this on X, despite the fact that there are numerous videos and numerous angles, are lying. They're either like completely blind or lying through their teeth about what is occurring in the video
Yeah.
when someone is clearly trying to leave, someone is clearly trying to wave someone through, and you can see that the officer is not in contact with the vehicle when they fire the shots and stuff. And it's like you can slow it down, you can zoom it in. You'll notice that the people who are like selling a narrative are only showing a blurry video instead of the like HD like version
Yeah.
of the video. Renee Nicole Good. I just want to say her name because of it's like completely unjust. And look, I'm not the law. I've seen a number of videos, and I've seen how the murdering officer was running up and down, like, and no one at any point was in any danger. They introduced the danger when they quick drew their weapons, and there was no like care for their surroundings, they're not even their fellow man, they're in a fucking neighborhood. Like there's so many things where it's like if the law is acting the way that it's supposed to according to its protocol, they're breaking all those rules too. But those don't matter. Like none of that.
Yeah, what if they are without a warrant breaking into somebody's house to arrest them, and then that person blast their fucking head off with castle doctrine or like Second Amendment rules or whatever, then the argument would be you can't shoot a cop. Sorry. It's actually they have to go to jail for exacting violence. They should have de-escalated the situation. I'm just like, so is there anything? It's
that's the thing.
If you're a cop, you can just do anything.
Like they will just that's what it comes down to. It's like I will contort myself into any way that allows me to continue bandwagoning onto the power that I've attached myself to. And when they exercise their power, I get points as well because my team just won the Super Bowl. It's just like it's disgusting. You know, my thoughts and prayers go out to the victim's family and, you know, all of the fucking people who are being ravaged by, and all of it from a fucking like it's all just PR.
Yeah.
Like it
and there's no like it's a cliche refrain, I guess, at this point to say like they don't know you, little bro, kind of thing, where it's like, why are you fighting so hard for these people that do not care about you?
Bro thinks
And
he's on the
will
team.
turn on you in a heartbeat.
Instant.
What did Elon say?
They're like
Elon said some
temporarily
bullshit.
embarrassed people.
Yeah.
It's like not even about finances or whatever. It's like, no, one day I'll have person and people will care about me too. One day I'll exert power
like,
and
no,
have
you won't.
everything I want. I'm like,
Elon, like he did she tried to run people over. He said something else that pissed me off, but I can't find it. But anyway, he fucking sucks.
His site should be taken down.
people are like, yeah, well, the internet's trash. I'm like, no, but this one doesn't work. Like, you can't tell, like, at all what is real. Nothing's very funny ever. Nothing's very interesting. It's filtered
that's the thing
poorly.
is, like, I can't even find. I went on there to check a Sad Boys post that we did. And you know how long it took me just to get to the Sad Boys account that I follow? And like I'm searching for it, and it's like the last thing that comes up when I hit the Z, you know?
Anyway, that's all besides the point. I say all of that because it's a current event that I now look at the replies, and it is this weird, going back to that tools of a power fantasy thing. It's like, that's what you get. That's when you get when you're on the other team. Because it's not about the legality. It's not about the rightness to do it. It's like you're these thugs were. That's what happens when you assault an officer. It's like, okay, that's just not the reality of what was occurring. And
also, no, it isn't.
Yeah,
it's like, no, that's not the law.
That's
death penalty.
It's not even death penalty because death penalty involved a trial.
Yeah, no, it's Judge Dredd. Death penalty.
But that's the thing. It's like it's so like this sadistic, like sadistic.
It's a power. Surge, right?
Yeah,
This is what happens when you mess with us.
Exertion of power over by an ICE agent you don't know, over someone, a journalist you don't know. It's so abstract and so charged by the vaguest, most ephemeral hate ever.
Yeah,
that they are investing and doing fake forensics for something that they have nothing to do with.
The glee and the boasting and the just like even if it's rage bait, you know, it like doesn't matter because it's like I'm making them mad and it's giving me something.
That's scary.
Right.
That's a weird thing that you like.
I don't understand how you can celebrate it's like something like this.
Like it's not. That's always
like it's not the erosion of our civil liberties, but
there's nothing like
or
in you
like
that feels
or
bad.
Humanity.
It's like, yeah, it's my right to pull the wings off butterflies and watch them suffer. Did you hear what you? That's the end of the conversation to me. That's just a bad thing to do, And they're like, it's not against the law.
But
Like,
it's
okay.
But it's like, it's weird because a lot of the engagement on X is bots.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect opportunity to continue furthering your brainwashing agenda because there's a new horrible thing that has happened. And like like the quite literal bots and then the kind of lemmings that can find no joy, can find no positive chemicals from any other source in their life except for to be vengeful on the internet and to bandwagon onto something that they're not even a part of for someone who doesn't even care if they live or die.
Yeah, this is it's some kind of like moral victory or sense of power from the same type of person that like hides behind the gate when the DoorDash driver arrives. Like it's not,
or it's like the looksmax.org owner who, when the BBC was trying to film them for some sort of journalistic thing, had to camp outside for 3 days before they left their house a single time.
They're busy mewing.
Yeah. Well, that was what it was.
Should we watch the rest? Is there more to
Let's
this?
continue this.
People seem to not understand is that consent actually matters. And when a woman posts a photo of herself in whatever outfit, it's not giving anyone permission to change her outfit. This is true even for people who have OnlyFans accounts or people who have posted photos of themselves in a bikini before, because when they choose to do so, it is their right to do so, but it's not someone else's right to do it to them. But rape culture is so embedded in our society that the immediate response is not that Grok shouldn't allow this to happen or that men shouldn't be asking Grok to do this, but it's that women shouldn't be posting our photos. And as bad as it is that they're doing this to women, we know because we live in a sick society that anything that's done to women
Jesus
Oh,
will
Christ.
also be done
We can't show
to
this.
children.
Which is like now that's one of those like, okay, well, now if we're talking about CSAM, how in your brain could you possibly justify that? Like, with the same argument being made, are these people also making that claim? Like, well, terms of service, shouldn't have posted a photo of your family. Like,
Or this
How is
child
that any
shouldn't have
different
been
to
in
you?
an advertisement or whatever.
Like,
that's
it's the
coming
thing,
from.
It's like what if you didn't post the photo? We don't know the provenance of every photo that's posted online, and Grok doesn't discern. Like you're presenting the concept that like, oh, you shouldn't have posted that. Oh, okay, well, what if you post that? What if you take a photo of me without my knowledge? What if you take a photo from somewhere that you don't own? That's like,
what if I hack into
Grok
your
doesn't
laptop?
go, oh, I don't have the license for
Yeah,
that.
what if
I
I'm
hack into
in
your laptop
public?
and then I take a photo of you via your front-facing camera? You should have put tape over
But that happened. There was iCloud hacks of all of these celebrities because of like phishing attacks. People got their iCloud passwords, then leaked this tranche of photos
And
online.
it's like, oh, you can't even have photos of yourself.
You can't even have private
It's
private
like
photos.
nothing.
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah, you can't ever take a private photo
Right.
because what if someone steals it from you via an illegal act?
you're not allowed to have a PS5. What if I break and steal it and kill you?
You're not allowed to have anything because what if?
Because
we live in a society
I don't
we're
get
supposed
anything
to-
out of that.
Right,
I want the things that you have, and the big thing I can't have
And so
is you as a
That's
individual.
the thing. It's like it's catching something. It's like catching air. It's like where no matter what this goalpost is always going to move.
I remember during the whole like fappening discourse, or because what is this 2010? Something
I don't
like that?
remember.
It was like before I was at college. I remember
Yeah.
that because I remember it being at the tail end, or maybe even like the end point of any kind of incel potential I may have had, like any chance that I could have been looped into that rabbit hole. I very specifically remember all of the guys I know around me talking about it, like passing it around, like what the hell? And this is not friend that's too woke virtue signaling thing. I very specifically remember thinking, wow, no one on the bus right now is talking about it in a sexual way. They're only talking about it in a haha, it got stolen, or she shouldn't have done that. It was like only about the personhood
That's crazy.
part. It was like it's like the comments are never going to be like some freak generates like topless image of a woman who had the audacity to like go to dinner with her family or something. They deepfake that. Now it's a nude bikini, whatever the fuck, so fucking lame. Now it's a nude that they made. There's no way anyone is then in the replies of it going like, wow, so hot. Because it's not about that.
No.
It's
not
about
that.
they posted it. And they're like,
It
I'll
is-
have to do it again
It is
somewhere.
like reminds me of those like your body, my choice things where
Yes.
it's just like when the Supreme Court like reversed Roe v. Wade, which is a thing that I can't even believe happened.
I know.
Talk about
Because
things that got
every
that noise,
day
yeah.
is a new horror.
Every day is a new horror. I texted Isaiah, this is the day before yesterday. I said, learning of new hells every day on this plane. And then the next day I said, just as I say that, dude, this ice shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like every single day, and it's like it's just impossible. But anyway, when that happened, it's just like, why? Well, I guess you have to ask the question as to why are these people celebrating the removal of someone's like bodily autonomy, right? And it's because it's the power. It's like this misogynistic like possession. I don't know. It's like it's a combination of power and dehumanizing objectification of.
It's the
I just
false
think-
promise.
Sexism.
It's the false promise that like, well, actually, it was the agency of women. It was women having any agency whatsoever, which is the reason that you now are only on Kiwi farms and you don't get to reenact like a Mad Men style family portrait in the park. That's the reason you are unemployed, extremely lonely, and extremely resentful because Black people are allowed to have their own TV shows now or something. Like it's.
But I think that's like what this woman says in this TikTok. These things are so finely woven into our culture. Rape culture is so finely woven into society in a way that it becomes a slippery slope very easily, where you go from someone who doesn't necessarily think they hate women, or they like, if you ask them, do you think women are human and
Of
deserve
course.
humanity, they'd be like, yeah, of course.
yeah.
But then they're like, but I also deserve to have a
But I want-
image of her naked.
I want that.
That's like the end of the respect. It's like literally, it's like, do you think that it's the classic, they know what they learned some things, but like I think we all intuit from base principles. Like, I think if someone is human, this many things just from basic like understanding of the universe. And then some people are like, nope, it's just the words that I learn. I learn racism is wrong. I say that out loud. Now I'm just going to be racist. But I learned that racism is wrong.
But it's also just like the privilege that is predominantly male in this society to issue everything else because of your own id. Like, I don't have to consider anything about anything because I get.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, well, it's like you can stop yourself and say, oh, I want that, but should I have that? Or do I need that? Or why do I want that?
All the way down to the nucleus, and instead of the surface level conversation of, I want that, I can't have that. Then, once it's, I can't get that, you have two choices now. You can go either way. One is analyzing the source of why you want it and what the reason is and whether or not that's valid. And the other is pick one of the few subgenres you already have in mind of things you hate and then pin the fact that you don't get it on one of those. All done.
And I don't even think I think amongst most people, it is speaking to maybe the slippery slope that Anastasia was talking about. It's not so it's premeditated among the most evil who want to also profit or exploit the misogyny or the patriarchal society. But
they're the ones slippening the slope.
But then
They're
a lot of people are just don't have to think about it. Don't ever have to give it a second thought. And that is the privilege of that is a male privilege that like some people deny the existence of.
If you have no perspective or life experience or willingness to engage it, your brain literally just doesn't process why you would ever do something that doesn't feel good right then.
Yeah.
Why would I ever, working out hurts, it must be bad for me.
And eating pizza good. I mean, look, I ate a lot of pizza
But then
recently.
there's the thing is,
It is great.
There's
But
that one way
yeah.
of eating pizza feels really good in the moment, and then like, oh, I'm lactose intolerant. What was I thinking? I indulged. Who cares? I mean, it's fair enough. That's the actual thing I will do, and then I'll be like, I'll probably have pizza again. But I know it's probably not the wisest move. The alternative to that is no, it's morally right to have the pizza.
It's
this
morally
isn't
right to have
fair.
the pizza, and
Yeah.
it's promised to me.
I think it's something
And
that
my
like
tummy aches because it's Anastasia's fault.
I think I'm worried that DEI Pizza Hut hires have screwed
Oh my
up the
God.
cheese to make me sick.
Even if it's not all men, it is a man who owns this platform. It is a man who owns Grok. It is a man who refuses to stop this. And it is many, many men who are abusing Grok to harm women and children. We need regulation of AI yesterday.
Oh my God.
It's clear these platforms are not going to police themselves.
And that's how they win, because
Yeah.
right now, like, there's no legislation of any of this shit, because also Trump's family has investments in half of
Right.
these things.
I mean, boiling the best thing you can do, greatest devil, the trick the devil ever played or whatever, is make things obscured as much as possible. And I think a lot of people don't understand, again, have so little understanding of how the world works, that they see X the everything up, Twitter, whatever. They see that as just like raw, unfiltered internet. Like, that's just where the internet is. It's not owned by anyone. No one does anything. No one owns anything. Everyone that exists in the world are the people that I'm thinking about. They have like no object permanence.
Yeah.
So they don't think about the bigger implications of something. They think like, okay, well, why do I feel so lonely? I think it's that girl in my high school didn't like me. Not some larger like mechanic in place. It's just, well, we can't do anything about Twitter because it's just like that. The world's just like this.
Yeah,
I like it. I want it now.
One of the crimes, one of the unfortunate side effects and now crimes of the internet is shame exists as a reaction to like conforming to society and like living up to, you know, the expectations of your fellow person. And when a group of freaks who have all the wrong thoughts about how the world should work can band together, then there's no their peers, a jury of their peers is freaks like them who also don't experience shame. So they're not beholden to the rest of society and just get to and then get to just do whatever. And then there are no consequences because the people in power share some of the same entitlements to agency, or what they appear to be as agency.
It's bad.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
it's bad parenting, and they never evolve into adults. So they spend their entire lives not being guided or taught anything, and just operating from really like an unethical worldview.
Yeah.
And then the closest thing they have to peers, co-workers, people that might challenge you or put you in a new kind of position, or even just like educate you from a distance, are other people that are also afraid of the world and would like it to conform to their greatest comfort level.
it is like how streamer brain is like dubs in the chat, so I don't need to be a member of society. It's like, look at all my peers who are also undressing women without their consent online. This is awesome.
How could I be wrong?
How could I be wrong? Because I have enough people to agree with me. Okay, so
Social credit system needed.
UK urges Musk's ex to urgently address intimate deepfakes by Grok. That's from Reuters.
I like how it says intimate. Intimate's not the right word
I
there.
know. Yeah. That even
Bullet runs
that,
into victim.
even that is
Like, it feels like it should have said violating or something like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
intimate is.
it's not to say,
weird.
obviously I'm sure that they in practice they're operating under the Reuters house style or whatever,
Yeah.
but isn't it also kind of telling severe terms that it should be used are like minimized? It's minimizing the thing itself.
Because it's you've got to be respectful. You've got to what's it called? Respectability.
Yes.
Not respectability politics, but what is this? This is like
Well, it kind of makes me think that they're like, well, we can't accuse Musk of doing something illegal So we're going to
couch
say
it in as,
intimate rather than illegal.
Yeah,
know?
but you could say explicit, but here it just feels like we have like massaged the language to the point where it doesn't mean what it's supposed to mean.
Because
it like softens what it is.
It's like puritanical
it
almost.
treats it like unbiased reporting doesn't exist. Silly idea. But if that is how you want to present yourself, as a lot of mainstream news sources would be, and I think Reuters very specifically does operate under those auspices, we have to have like an agreed set of ethics, right? Like, hey, if CNN, which you know, in a lot of cases people will refer to as an unbiased news source, but you know,
really, but yeah.
I think. CNN holds the reactionary position.
It's default.
It's default, exactly, because it's not Fox News. It's like process of elimination. But sorry, just to wrap that up. If CNN is running a story about like slavery reintroduced to the South, and then like is not framing it as slavery is bad to be, because like, hey, it's, you know, I don't want to make any kind of judgment or say any kind of thing one way. This is not like intimate deepfake images. Why are you being so diplomatic?
Yeah.
Are we just saying that this, you know, there's a conversation to be had, and like,
yeah, it's like when the New York Times was doing those opinion profiles of Nazis. It's like, well, let's hear what they have to say. It's like, I don't know if we need to.
Some international socialists have arrived.
Yeah. Technology minister. That's interesting. Do we have, I guess we do have one of those. We have like a CFO or a CTO of America.
It does machines of
technology minister Liz Kendall said in a statement, content was absolutely appalling and urged social media platform to act. I'm wondering if they respond. They did not respond requests for comment. And X's safety account said on Sunday that it removes all illegal content on the platform and permanently suspends accounts involved. But
well, we know that's not true.
One, we know that's not true. Two, it's exceedingly easy to create an account because we know how many fucking bots there are.
Yeah.
So that's a whack-a-mole problem that you'll never solve.
Also,
but it's a way that they absolve themselves of responsibility, because it's like whenever someone tells us that there's something illegal, we get rid of it.
Yeah.
Later.
Anytime somebody kills someone while drunk driving, we'll just put them in jail. And like, yeah, right. But like,
make drunk driving illegal.
Stop letting them
like,
drunk
do you
drive.
need to create disincentives for these horrible things that are occurring?
X told Reuters legacy media lies.
What? That's about it. So wait, they said nothing and then that?
Musk has shrugged off concerns online, posting laughing emojis in response to edited bikini images of public figures.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was. I'm just remembering. We watched maybe some AI adjacent thing. I think maybe on the Patreon where they talked about spicy mode, like the actual recorded. Yeah, because it was in conjunction with him talking about like if you could ask it to
this is
roast
separate,
you,
but I know what you're unhinged mode or whatever.
You're sick. Yeah,
this one's separate because they're talking about this for like they're basically making a sex bot. But yeah. Okay, let's continue.
At what point does Britain? I would say the United States, but we're not going to do it. At what point does Britain just say, okay, your website's illegal in our country?
I would say never, but gesturing to it publicly a lot. That's like, I think actually making it illegal is the practice of more coherent European nations. Britain likes to dip the toes enough and go like, isn't this bad? Look how ethical we're being, and then let it go on for 40 years.
The crazy thing is that normally a company that is failing as much as Twitter now is under Elon's management would have to like shutter its doors if it was unable to make a profit. But he just keeps multiplying his net worth because the Tesla board keeps approving $1 trillion pay packages for him that make him the richest man in the world.
Plus the government just gave SpaceX so much money.
Yeah, so it's like, okay.
I will say there will be European countries that I think would take that tack if necessary, like as it continues. Britain in particular.
We just need a country who's brave enough. And it's so funny because you don't even have to be that brave. You're a fucking country. Just say, hey, little man, shut the fuck up. I don't understand.
Elon can just call people remember when he just like was calling people pedophiles for no reason? It's just like, but when you have so much money, dude, it's so fucking
He's the propaganda
hard
machine.
to-
That's why he
yeah.
keeps X going, because
No,
that's
exactly. That's what I mean. It's just like that. It's impossible to solve. And so I guess you just keep having to shame him as a big loser.
Yeah.
Which he will always provide evidence of.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad Dipper's on this episode.
We need
Everyone can just look at him occasionally.
Is he in the frame? I actually don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
And
Is
if
it-
you need
Big floppy ears in the front.
a moment,
He's shedding everywhere. Just like I wish I was shedding this website. In other news, I have been watching Better Call Saul. I'm now on season 6, but I have a minor critique of the show.
It's all good, man.
My main critique, and I'm sure I haven't like analyzed the show from a media landscape perspective or zooming out because I haven't finished it yet and haven't reflected too much on it. But I'll tell you that it has been annoying to me how many times there is an elaborate plan from Saul and crew and a random like public defender guesses their entire plan off the top of their head. Like it'll be like, all right, we like Saul will be like, all right, we've got to make him think that Joey ate the donut. And so to make him think Joey ate the donut, I'm going to take a bite of the donut and then I'm going to slip it into Joey's bag. And when Cindy sees it, she's going to think, Joey, you did it again. You ate the donut.
You're supposed to be gluten-free.
And it's going to erode their relationship, right? Like,
Right,
that's the
sure.
plan, right? And then a DA is walking by casually and he's like, you want to know what I think you did? I think you took a bite of the donut.
And Saul's like,
And then he's like, and then his whole thing is like lying through his teeth or whatever. And he puts the charm on and he lies about it. But they get the exact plan correct. And I'm like, how many fucking times is this going to happen?
Yeah. It is like the kind of tension that is what you think could happen, and that's what scares you. But life is actually just a series of very specific plans you make, nothing even close to it happening. And if it accidentally succeeds, 10 years later, you go like, I used to be so good at plans.
It makes sense, like from a writing standpoint, like because you want to see Saul weasel his way out of all these situations.
And they need to be right, otherwise he has nothing to weasel out
right,
of.
but it is a thing where, and we'll blur this, we'll cover this part out, but it's like, and it's like, oh, okay, so, but then,
Better Call Saul has a lot of this. Pluribus, I've been finding to have a lot of it, but still great show. And Breaking Bad has way too much of this, which is why I'm not a huge fan of that show. Which is like there's the veil between writer's room and viewer does not exist at all. I feel like I am looking at the script of the episode more than any other show ever, and it's a really strong script, so I'm enjoying it. But it's like it's the same reason I tend to not watch shows with subtitles on, unless I'm with other people because a lot of people like them. I'm not morally against it because I read.
You just love
not read them.
Right.
And when I read them,
you love how good your audio processing is.
I just see like, hey, what is Little Dash? I'm like, okay, so something's gonna happen in a couple seconds.
Oh yeah.
When they
yeah,
get to the end of to me,
sure.
that's like. If they could fix it, if they could just like do fake out ones, that would be helpful.
They've got to do,
something.
it's all typed out.
It's like it's a fake final word that doesn't come up or something. But like watching Better Call Saul sometimes feels like that because like somebody will walk down a hallway. There'll be a some song that I'm sure Vince Gilligan really loved in the summer, some point in the 90s, is playing while Saul is like listening to a washing machine and then taking out a cog or something. Like iconic Better Call Saul scene. He's refilling a bottle of water with like a yellower bottle of water. And like, what's he up to?
Yeah.
You'll find out in 2 episodes. Someone starts walking up to him and I know what you're about to be a problem in it.
Yeah, I do feel like it's like
shonen.
It's like I do know what you mean. Like if you know anything about how shows are structured, then sometimes things feel predictable, but like what is like compelling is like the character development, the performances, and then like how they like land the plane, how they create this tapestry of like interwoven threads.
And the plan is cool.
And the plan is
cool. If it was
cool.
Dull, then that whole thing
Though,
is,
I just remembered another time when it happens, which is
you're kind of getting close to the end of the show.
Yeah.
You're liking the show.
I'll probably finish it today or tomorrow.
Well, I was going to ask, are you a finale procrastinator? A maybe last 2 episodes. It's not a new
like
show.
I want to make sure I'm like locked in for this. No, actually, I'm more of a I might be watching something absent-mindedly or second screening, but then when things get real, I like lock in. Like I'm like, now you have before you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Same with games. I really basked in a way too slow way in like the last 4 hours of Baldur's Gate and the last 5 hours of Expedition 33.
I think
Oh, did I
I know what you mean. Like where you're not. I think that with Expedition 33, I knew that I would have no motivation to play the game once I finished it.
Yes.
And so I did like savor it a little bit towards the end. And then I played it again, which I thought was funny, but it was New Game Plus, so it was, faster.
And it's it's almost a more compelling story the second time. Although the twists that are great are obviously ruined. Ruined.
Twitter told me it was slop, so I no longer like the game.
Oh, it's quality slop or something?
It's quality
right?
slop,
It's like when something's good.
But in general, if I dip away, I fear that I'll forget context and not know my play. Like this happened to me when I was playing Twilight Princess on the Wii back in high school or something. And
you're hanging out with Dan on the upstairs of my older brother.
I was with Dan on the upstairs. Yeah, I was the Wii U.
I'm a fool.
But I remember coming back to it and being like, I just have to start the game over again. I don't know what's going on.
It's neuroatypical ableism that every game can't give you a to-the-moment montage of what you did prior.
Like where we last left our heroes.
Because I'm not holding on to that. My brain is like Swiss cheese. It felt for like, I forgot that along with like a middle school teacher's name or something.
Well, that's the thing that I was telling Anastasia earlier. I was watching I started my morning like most of us do, watching a video about the guys who cracked one of the Zodiac Killer's ciphers, and talking about the story of that.
Having a coffee and that.
Having a coffee, thinking about Z340.
Shower, shave, watch documentary about one of the guys that helped crack that code.
Right, exactly. And so...
That code... Sorry. My brain had Swiss cheese shit. My brain had replaced Zodiac Killer with Enigma code.
Oh, but code, I mean, that's still
It's
accurate.
code, but I guess the vibe was different.
Sure. it made sense to me. But I went over to Netflix because I was like, sometimes I'm not in the mood to watch like a narrative show. In fact, me watching Better Call Saul is like me trying to train my brain to get back into drama. Mm-hmm. I was like, I might want to, take a little break into Zodiac Killer documentary. And I saw one on Netflix that I, gun to my head, could not tell you if I've seen or not. It's like, it looked familiar from the outside. Then I clicked in and I'm like, well, none of these details feel familiar. And I would trust Netflix if Netflix wasn't constantly recommending me things I've already seen.
Is it like if familiar in like a house style? It's like so many of these are kind of produced similar ways. Maybe that's why.
It was like the name looked familiar. The title of the documentary looked familiar. And I've seen so many Netflix documentaries about serial killers and mysteries that I don't know if I'm just conflating a bunch of stuff in my mind.
I feel like I've become the most normie median voter person ever when I am like median voter subtype. Like the watches like Jimmy Kimmel clips and stuff. Mm-hmm. Whenever a Netflix thumbnail for a documentary does not have a name and thumbnail, I'm really fucking with. Because other movies, I might go based on like, okay, who's involved with it? Who's doing whatever? How many people have recommended this TV show to me? But with a documentary, I know everyone was just like, dude, you gotta watch Don't Fuck with Cats. It'll blow your mind. I'm like, nah. Name's too stupid.
It's a bad name.
I just couldn't get over it. My brain can't.
It is a good document. It's actually a really crazy documentary.
That's what I mean. This should do it for me.
But
I'm gonna get there, and I'm just gonna.
But it's like the title is like written by like a millennial like reaction meme title.
It's like if the thumbnail was the success baby or something.
I need to like. Give you a custom Netflix where it's called interesting documentary about a weird guy.
Challenging.
Yeah.
That the tags are like challenging. You can't handle it. Too cool.
I think that there's like I think that there's one person in that documentary who's like a weird side person who says the phrase "don't fuck with cats" or something like that. And that's like where they got it from, because a lot of the stuff about that case and story happens on like a Facebook group.
I did see the first 20 minutes or so. And what is fun about it is I was watching it in a room of a family with no subtitles on that predominantly did not speak English. And so I think it was I genuinely think it got put on because the thumbnail looked like kind of like it's funny or whatever.
Because it is about a guy who kills humans.
Why? That's against the law?
Yeah.
What the hell? You should go to
Some laws, I think.
you should go to jail.
Because I mean, they also
Friend
did
that's too
stuff.
woke?
They also did stuff to animals, but
No.
it's like this weird.
Why my brain is that was? Wait, it's bad that they kill people.
Right? No, but that's the thing. It's like you there's like people talk about that all the time, where it's like there's so much human bloodshed that people dehumanize or just like put out of their mind. But then pets and animals are so inviting to them that they're being like, oh no, don't hurt the animal, but then are just like willing to look past like human casualties.
Well, you spend not only obviously you're desensitized via and I not so much fiction, more so representations of death and its importance in the news, as in it's not important because it's not happening to you kind of framing. But like, I think we're desensitized via that, but also kind of from the moment you find out about death, you spend your entire life trying to desensitize yourself to it, because otherwise you'd go insane.
Yeah. Also, no, to your point, like the news is constantly telling you about death and destruction and never about a weird freak who tortures animals.
Yeah.
And so it is unnerving because you're less exposed to, like, no part of it makes sense logically unless you consider how desensitized a culture can be to violence. Like in America, like the type of violence we're desensitized to because of the horrific stuff that continues happening, and then nothing, and then no efforts are made to
either your head
address it.
explodes or you have to, I'm certainly not going to pretend that I'm not as much a result of that as anybody else. Like I most certainly have even after just moving to the US, there is a tone to tragedy or conflict here that it's like out of sight, out of mind. In the UK, it's more like suppress. Here, it's more like, what are you gonna do?
It's like drinking from a fire hose. Yeah. It's like you literally can't
just get blown out.
Yeah, almost by design, you can't keep it all straight. If I say the thing that's going on right now in the news, if I said that generically, it would always apply and everyone would be thinking about different things.
I'm scanning right now and my brain is only going to things I saw probably this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
To go back to TV show chat a little bit, and Jordan mentioning refusing to watch things that are recommended to him. I love the show he did, Rivalry.
Oh yeah.
I back in December have talked about it nonstop.
It's because it's just too Canadian.
I just
hate people like that.
Yeah.
Hockey players.
Hockey players.
I think it's a really good show. I think it's beautifully acted, and I understand that there's a barrier to entry because the first couple of episodes there's not like a ton of story there. But once you get to the end of the season, episodes 5 and going back,
it's all out.
What are they supplementing the story with? Like what? It's just people like sitting down.
Well, you just see lots of doing it.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Jacob.
Okay.
They don't want you to see this stuff.
Yeah,
told me he didn't like the show, and I told him to keep watching. We'll get a Jacob progress report later on.
Yeah, I bookmarked something that was like, if the WNBA was shot like Heated Rivalry. I guess I gotta watch Heated Rivalry in order to understand the memes.
So the incredible thing is, like, one of the things I love about the WNBA is
all the heated rivalries.
how incredible like
Babes.
the players are about like their kind of like outlook, and they're very positive or tend to be, and some of them are very silly. Like some of them are on TikTok and they're like so funny, but it is cool it is fucking cool that a player can be on the same team as her wife.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, it is so cool in the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen in the NBA as well, but
Right.
y'all aren't ready for that conversation.
No.
We need heated rivalry NBA edition.
That would be, there is definitely a.
Well, not his wife, but
But even his wife, like, what if
something
because
like
there are female assistant coaches. Like, what if a assistant coach was coaching a team that her husband played on,
and
or
then
whatever?
was like just halfway through a game, just like shot it somehow shot a free throw from the parking lot, and they were like, "Oh fuck, you might need to play basketball on our team." Would that be? If you were good enough at
I
basketball,
like the
I'm saying
idea that you
would
just like throw a basketball into a hoop from far away, and there's somebody who goes, "We need you on the New York Knicks.
come on over.
You're in.
We've been missing a player.
I unironically think that's how Giannis was discovered. He was like at a park in Greece, and they were like, "Hold on, we got to get this guy into the NBA."
But yeah, I think it's really sweet and really cute. How like there was
Dipper's homophobic.
yeah, he
That was a
hates
big
it.
sigh, dude.
Deep sigh. But like there's been players who were married to an assistant coach or in the W. All I'm saying is Heated Rivalry is only 6 episodes so far. And
Is it the end of the season? Is it?
it's already all
So
the
just
first
season
is
one's
all
just
out.
6 episodes.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was produced by a Canadian
I'm out.
network called Crave.
Oh yeah.
And
Back in.
the show, the writer, director, showrunner, Jacob Tierney, he made 2 other shows that I love called Letterkenny and Shoresy.
Oh, Letterkenny's sick.
See, that's what I'm saying. This guy is
Wow, that's a
really
very-
fucking good.
Letterkenny's like a really specific vibe. It's weird to think of someone making something that is not Letterkenny
Right.
in the style. It's like making something in like the style of Dragon Ball. It's like
Right.
such a specific head that like Letterkenny. I don't know, it'd be like if whoever does the voice acting for an anime character then does an understated one-man show.
I would say it's like if you heard that Trey Parker and Matt Stone made
Book of Mormon.
romance.
Oh, but I
You know
mean,
what
that's
I
kind of how it felt about Book of Mormon when you
Yeah,
were like,
that's
wait, the South Park guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
the pivot. Craig Mazin, his entire career was like kind of shitty comedies, and then all of a sudden pivot to making Chernobyl.
But
Like, eh.
the thing is, like Jacob Tierney, who made Letterkenny and Shoresy, he is gay and he plays
He's Canadian.
Pastor Glenn in Letterkenny. And I think he just this was like a passion project for him. Episodes 5 and 6 made me cry and like made me feel things that no other show has made me feel like
Wow.
in a very long time.
Repulsion.
Yeah.
There's a gay man.
Yeah, I'm actually really homophobic. Did I
Yeah.
not tell you guys that?
And that's why it's such powerful art, because it makes you feel emotions.
Yeah.
Just somebody
Anger.
with so like a homophobic guy with such poor media literacy that he gets to the final episode and goes like, wait a minute,
They're
the
gay?
this isn't funny at all.
It is a little bit how like the toxic like locker room stuff, like when men, like this type of stuff that men who've been in sports all their lives talk about happening in locker rooms that they're so desensitized to.
And then like,
But then it's like, it sounds weird out of context. Yeah, it's like we slap each other on the butt.
Jacob, you mentioned this a little before we recorded actually about how the like, I'm paraphrasing you, so correct me if I'm wrong, but that the irony of it, or like the obsession with it, but homophobia that's also so endemic, especially in the locker room space, is not allyship. It's like the like being like, hey, you can touch your bro or whatever, you know?
It's a
Imagine
lot
being
of like
gay.
masquerading as being comfortable with your sexuality because like, yeah, we can like slap each other's butts and like,
You know,
we're
like a gay guy.
we're like cool with that. And it's actually like, but it's like being done for comedy.
Right,
It's
exactly,
like,
yeah.
that's not like what that is, even though it's like, yeah,
Because the
we touch
joke,
each other.
the joke at the end of the day is being gay is bad
Right.
or funny or
And this
something to make
is
fun
what
of.
gay people do.
Also,
That's like they run
I
around and
guess
grab.
I want to say also that I really hate some of the
Uh-oh.
reactions, the reactions that people have had online around this show where they're like, huge fans of the show
Oh,
and
that's
will
not good.
go to hockey games and yell at the players, kiss and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know if I like that. I feel like those guys are at work, you know? Like, leave them alone, or don't sexually harass people.
Yeah, if they make a really compelling romantic, if Netflix put out like a really compelling drama about people falling in love while working at Walgreens, and then you started going into, it could be like, go ahead, kiss by the counter.
Yeah, like I don't know. Or the other side of it is a lot of fans of the show are queer investigating athletes and actors on the show, and it's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
That's their private life.
I'm sending you a clip from Carl Nassib, one of, if not the first NFL player to come out.
Yeah.
And I saw this on my feed recently, and I thought it was very funny.
This was 2020. I was on the Raiders, and we were playing the Browns. And I think Baker was a quarterback, and he's a very mobile quarterback, but they ran like 3 bootlegs away from me. And you know when you're on the opposite of a bootleg, you got to chase it all the way over there. And they did 3 bootlegs in a row to start the second half. I was so mad. And these are all my former teammates. And so I'm chasing the third one. I said, stop the gay-ass bootlegs. The entire Browns O-line turned around at me, you can't say that. And I was like, oh man, the league is ready for this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they are ready for me. Like, we got some allies here. You know what I mean? I was like, this is so funny. Like the guy that's about to come out saying the word gay, getting shut down by 5 massive dudes. Like, it was like in stereo. You can't say that. And like we just like all like started running after the ball. It was hysterical. So like one, I have to acknowledge like my own moment where I was a little bit ignorant. But stop running boots. You know what I mean? Like stick in the pocket.
that is a good like inoculating them a little bit.
Yeah,
Be like,
yeah.
Heads up, everybody else at Thanksgiving, like, man, this turkey's so dry it's gay.
Yeah, it's like you're testing the temperature.
What would we think of that
Yeah,
sentiment?
what would we think of that?
Yeah, good point, Eric.
Interesting. Okay, writing that down.
Entire family applauds. Okay.
We got some allies here. Is very funny.
The amount of people who have felt safe coming out in professional sports is so low, and yeah, it just hurts my heart.
It has
thinking
to
about
start. It has to
people.
start somewhere, because you look at someone like Caleb Williams, who's straight but paints his nails, and just like the amount of extremely weird
Or Jared
homophobic.
McCain. I
or
don't
Jared-
know his sexuality,
Yeah.
which it honestly
It
doesn't,
doesn't matter. Yeah.
But he paints his nails and does TikTok
And does
dances,
TikTok
and people are
dances.
so homophobic
it's
against
very
him.
weird. But then it's very strange. Like, those people have a good game, and then their homophobic fans have to like be like, look, I don't care what you do with your nails as long as you're winning for the Bears, baby. Go Bears.
Yeah, it's a merit-based.
Yeah, it is. It sucks that it, like, what I think, if like one of those, like if Caleb Williams has a bad game, I know I'm about to see some homophobic shit on my feed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And again, I'm pretty sure Caleb Williams is straight and is like dating a woman.
But it fits the points-based, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It does feel also like, obviously there's such an established culture of that in a lot of fandoms, especially athletics. But like, that is stan culture, just like anything else is. And I think people, when they feel betrayed by their avatars that they've, like the protagonists that they've chosen, feel so much angrier and upset
Yeah.
than they would to just a gay person. If there is like something, or case in point being, oh my God, my leftist comfort commenter just said that they used to, I don't know, listen to Joe Rogan or something. They
Yeah.
were like 9.
Or
Like, versus the millions of people that just listen to Joe Rogan that are also doing.
or you
don't know 'em.
we're avatars, and some people were upset that we weren't that we were too forgiving to the male shopper.
Yeah,
I love this transition.
Wow, we got one.
me when a friend comes
So
out.
I knew that, well, because what happened was that Jacob and Anastasia and our pre-production meetings always have like a good like swath of things for us to look at, and we, I think, only ended up watching one clip, even though we had multiple, because we just went for so long. And that's, you know, part of the nice thing is that it's nice to be able to go long on like a short clip because it feels like we're like adding commentary. But in this instance, maybe didn't see the full picture. So I want to look at some of the other stuff we had on the docket and see if my opinion changes. Because I actually don't think my opinion was much different from the people who were upset. I think that I didn't have an opportunity to share that I agreed with some of those sentiments.
Yeah, sometimes it does feel like, and I sometimes will be anxious about, this is the archived and final version of myself that anyone's going to see till next Friday.
Right. Yeah, it's like it in a similar way to like not every piece of work you do has to be your best work or has to be everything to everyone. It's like everything you say, like you can't live in a way where everything that you say encapsulates all of your like opinions and dimensionality about a subject, because it's just impossible to convey information that
All
way.
of your credit leads up to your final grade.
Yeah.
If you completely whiff the last stage and like negate everything else you did.
And so again, I don't think that there's like, it's not like a significant amount of heat, and I think that this is a particularly low stakes like issue to begin with. So I'm mostly just curious what else there was, because people were like, oh, there's people who work at the grocery stores talking about these male shoppers. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting perspective. Like, I am curious about that. Obviously, we aren't able to watch everything, but I wish we had looked at a few more, and it was just us going, like that particular day,
I guess
just going long.
As long as the grocery shoppers don't chase them home.
Yeah.
I'd be like, stop the car.
I guess while you're pulling these up, there was also a viral like AI rage bait post about the app, the delivery apps, and how a company was pocketing tips or something like that. And then the CEO of DoorDash came out and was like, this isn't us. It was more or less now considered just completely AI generated. But for a moment, it was a weirdly timeline wise, like it got posted after our thing came out. And I was like, wow, how timely.
I'm curious. Suspicious.
Everybody hates male personal shoppers, and this story right here ain't gonna make it any better. He says, hey, carrot juice not available. She says, okay, please refund. He says, any change? She says, no. And crinkle cuts not available. He sends her the question marks. So he says to her, carrot juice also not available, crinkle cuts not available. She sends him a screenshot of the pictures that she sent before, circling, okay, please refund. He says, only this available only. And he sends her another.
That's really funny.
I feel like this person should get a different job. Like,
your funny reply is only. I mean, there's a English comprehension barrier here. Sure.
For sure, but also this person just was having a hard time typing. I'm sure they're trying to.
I'm like, because they're spelling, it's not even like they're spelling some stuff correctly, and then like only is spelled 3 different ways in each of these messages.
Unless they're calling them a honky in that third one. This is available.
This is available honky.
Sir, please.
Damn, that's a cold ass honky.
That's me.
Juice. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously bad.
Instacart has a replacement function, right?
Yeah, so
not in like regular chat.
The app, when the shopper says this is not available, the app then suggests other things.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and when you're checking out, you can say that if this isn't available, here is something that I want you to replace it with. Or
don't replace too. You can just say, I want no replacements, just refund if you can't find something.
But if you're just bad at the job, like I would not be surprised if it's a more commonly male thing. But a challenge that Instacart has that I don't think they solve very well is if I suck as a shopper, what's to stop me from only getting the few things? Like, let's say I actually am a genius, but also a bad actor, and I want to siphon as much money as possible from Instacart. I would say that anything that I don't want to get is not available, and you can't proves me wrong. And then
that's weaponized incompetence. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, and then I would get a bunch of stuff that I can't get because if there's no stock correspondence between the store and Instacart, then the source of truth is just whether or not the shopper sees it or wants to get it. Because otherwise I would just say, oh, they don't have it.
Yeah.
And then if you ask for a photo and then carrot juice is in the photo, that's, again, it's just like they're bad at the people are allowed to be bad at the job, and the platform is hiring people that it does not have the tools to support them being good at their job.
Well,
And you cannot turn up at the store and grab stuff out of the cart.
I think hiring is a inappropriate term here because these people aren't being hired.
Yeah.
Like, this is an inherent problem with gig work.
Yeah, their vetting process is insufficient for the people they are signing W-9s for or whatever, or because there's an employment form for independent contract work, right? You still have to do a
it's
tax
not just
form.
like a social platform that connects.
What I'm trying to say is, like, they don't have a supervisor that they can talk to if there's a problem. They don't have, like, they're not really an employee of the company, and they haven't been trained. They haven't been, there's literally no support for the shoppers.
But like all of those things are the fault of Instacart.
Exactly.
And then it's like if someone needs a job, because that's often the case. If someone needs money and then there's an app that says, hey, you can do work for money, then if that person, despite lacking any of the skills or ability to do the work well, is still accepted onto the platform continually and is allowed to give all of the customers that they're working with a bad experience, it's like a failure, I think, on the platform's part, because they don't really care about your experience.
No.
They only care about the bottom line.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's funny to kind of treat. This is one of like the few examples where you can treat somebody's service and work ethic the way that companies want to pretend work ethic works, where it's honor based. It's like, yeah, people work hard when they're good people, and it's like, no, dude, work sucks.
You've got to have I feel like the incentive structure has to be set up correctly. And I feel like the incentives are bad because, like, even this person being bad at this job might be the best way that they can make an income.
Yeah.
And that's a side effect of a lot of different, like, sort of economic factors. But I can concede that, like, there's a lot of men doing this job poorly.
Yeah, no, dudes are like very complacent because that's just kind of what happens when the world's easier. Like people that grow up rich work less hard as well because it's like they just don't have to. They don't care because they don't. It's the source of privilege, right?
Where men come in is weaponized incompetent, which we talked about. I thought.
Yeah, we did talk about in the last episode that men tend to be worse shoppers because they are socially trained to not give a shit about it.
Yeah.
And that there's weaponized incompetence. There's
just general misogyny.
Yeah.
Now, so someone here says, I switched my name to, well, so first of all, there's a comment with 1,000 likes that says, I really wish they'd watch more than one video of a woman having trouble with Instacart. So I do want to watch more videos of a woman having trouble with Instacart. I've seen other videos where people are talking about how they changed their name in the app to a man's name and stopped having problems with their driver. So that is interesting. That's like a different vector of this that I wasn't familiar with.
Which actually, unrelated, like I would expect that, unfortunately, from pretty much any platform in any circumstance. I think it's into any ever.
Yeah.
I think there's absolutely no getting around the fact I think I have benefited in the visa and immigration process and the way that I've been treated, certainly over the phone, by having a white-coded name.
Yeah.
I don't think that
I also
hasn't
know
hurt it.
women who on food delivery apps have changed their name to a man because they don't want to because a lot of dudes are creeps and might like linger around or like it's like a form of harassment that you are open to if a man bad actor, of which, like, you know, it's like we know all of the numbers on this, but like there are a lot more men who do this type of shit than women or non-binary people.
I think part of the privilege too, when we talk about like guys set certain expectations or expect certain things, is if I get the wrong product, she's a woman, she'll compromise. Versus like if I get the wrong thing and it's a guy, he'll report me. Yeah, because guys do stuff. Or
even just like this profile picture or this name looks kind of cute. I'm gonna linger around because maybe I get to talk to a pretty girl, and then that's scary. Like but I think it's also telling that that creepy thing doesn't manifest in I'm gonna do an extra good job of the shopping because maybe they'll like that. Right. Instead, it's like, no, I'm still gonna do whatever I want, but I'm also gonna like be weird. Also, it's like I changed my name to a man. It's like men are aggressive when you do something mean to them. Let's say, like that might be someone's perception of the thing. So they're like, based I don't want to.
Life experience.
Based on life experience and just based on, you know, societal systems and stuff. Someone said, I switched my name to Brian, and all of a sudden, no one needed to call for help shopping or directions.
Interesting.
And they stopped knocking and waiting at the door. It sucks that, you know, men being creeps is the reason that women need to look over their shoulder and stuff like that. However, it's good to have the tools and be aware of the tools to protect yourself, given you know that
gives you a little peace of mind.
Similarly, I think if the app did not give you the ability to change your name, I would also be advocating for that. Yeah, that's another like this tool is not considering the human element and is that. I wonder what people's experience as drivers is as well, because I think I'm trying to imagine, okay, creep guy ordering groceries. Is anything, but let's say it's groceries because of the like trad heteronormative dynamic of that. Mm-hmm. Guy ordering groceries, woman, no profile picture or anything, but female, coded names at the very least, picking up order, product not available, this available on key, and sends them a photo of the available carrot juices correctly. It goes like, which of these? I guarantee there would be more hostility and less patience and less respect from the guy than vice versa. Yeah, certainly. Sure. Because then it would just be like you've screwed it up again. That's buried somewhere in their brain. Versus like speaking reports from customer service workers. Like, so if you have a foreign accent and someone is on and they're like, welcome to Spectrum support, there's a lot of people who'll be like, great, an Indian guy. Yeah.
Well,
and they're like a Sri Lankan guy.
That's also why those people, like that guy, I think we looked at him on the podcast, the guy who like learned an Italian, like Godfather accent. And because he was working in customer service and working with people in New Jersey, and they're way more ingratiated towards you, endeared towards you if you sound like them. Yeah. Maybe because we're talking so much about the structures of these apps, which I do think is important, it made someone think that was the only thing that was
which
important.
we definitely talked about society and men.
Sexism and misogyny is like baked into the fabric of our culture.
It's in the fabric of our culture. It's definitely a part of it.
We're also operating from a position of like, I sometimes forget the way that like somebody might assume anything about me by default. You know, from hanging out with a friend or chatting to someone, I would never need to go like, by the way, I'm not a Republican.
I just noticed that this in particular was interesting because it's like the top comment on the video. And then someone said, yeah, I feel like they went on a totally different tangent. Guilty. That's always going to happen.
Lock me up.
But then this person is saying, yeah, the woman made sure to state she was communicating via the app with the driver and telling him not to get things or the frozen stuff first. Yeah. An app which has a built-in translation feature. The ingredients for her frustration are valid.
It's totally valid. Yeah. We've all been there, and that's why that video was so popular.
Yeah.
Is that I think it was cathartic for people to see her go off on a guy for shopping poorly. And yeah, that guy does suck at his job, and he probably shouldn't be doing it. But ultimately, the core of the problem here is the fact that we have this one app that solves a problem that people have where they want someone to shop for them, right? And that app fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It is not good. It is not a good product.
I would like to watch if there's more videos of like women having issues or changing their names or anything like that.
There was one that popped off on TikTok where a woman straight up said the app should allow you to choose women shoppers
I remember that
only.
one, yeah.
If you are not the CEO of DoorDash or Instacart, keep scrolling. This is not for you. I am begging you to make an update on your app where I can request a female shopper. I'm gonna need that to happen. I put in an order for 5 items. One of these items is what I ordered. Let's go through it together. I ordered a half gallon of store brand milk. I got a quarter gallon of Tuscan, and you can't tell me that they didn't have store brand milk because I have never been in there and they have been out of stock of store brand milk. Moving on. I ordered a chopped Caesar salad kit. I got the ultimate Caesar salad kit, and I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting this because you have to look slightly harder for the chopped Caesar salad kit, and a man would never. He would just pick the one he sees first.
See, I know what she's saying. However, it reminds me of the like men are trash type thing, and where it's like it's cathartic to say I have no reason to assume the worst or to assume that this woman has a one-dimensional view of the situation. And I think that the true perfect answer to something is fixing society and fixing the app and making it very difficult to make these errors at the company's expense, which is why they cut the corners. A shortcut to roughly what's going to make the app better is having the like being able to choose like that you want a female shopper, like similar to I'm not up in arms that you can in some markets get like a female Uber driver because of totally understandable safety concerns, you know?
Yes, yeah.
Sometimes I'm surprised at the gap between like what's in my head and what like a perception of something is.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like check myself because I was like, did I like, there's a little bit of where I'm like, did I not say, is that not what I said? And I'm happy to like go back and look and be like, oh, maybe I did say the wrong thing or not say, you know, I've jumped thoughts many a time before where I go A to C and I mean to establish something with B that I take for granted, but then just like jump past it.
Which I think can be told by the fact that I don't know if ever in the history of the show reacted to a comment on an episode of Sadboyz. I think that we literally might have never done that before. Because if the comment was like completely invalid and not worth acknowledgement, or if we just were the kind of person they're talking about, they're like, yeah, they're just guys, they don't care about this kind of stuff, we'd be like, I don't think we'd be talking about it now.
I don't think you would have seen the
also that like, I'll never not
that.
be a guy, and I'll never not have those inherent biases, and I will continue to do my best to challenge them, and I can always get better at communicating my perspective. And also I do think that like at the end of the day, this is like a free-form podcast, you know, and I think that
we didn't write any of this.
That's going to show in a lot of ways. And that is that's just the medium, you know, and so it has its pros and cons, but it is what it is.
I got a mozzarella log again because you have to look slightly harder for the pearls, so why would he ever? I ordered garlic and herb Land O'Lakes spread. I got butter with canola oil. Awesome. Now I have a third container of butter in my fridge, and I actually messaged him and said, hey, can you just not substitute that one and refund me if you can't find the garlic and herb? Great. And then the one thing I actually ordered specifically was the store brand Italian seasoning. So yeah, I'm gonna need that update to where I can request a female, because
I ordered tampons and was substituted white mushrooms. I have been telling this story for like 4 years because I'm still not over it.
Has to be.
I do think this type of issue is a amalgamation of a lot of factor. I think what makes it so interesting to talk about is that it's a, you know, combination of a lot of different things. If you scroll up a little bit, Jacob, there was some like my last lady shopper messaged me concerned that the grapes didn't look good and she didn't want me to have bad ones. Meanwhile, the dude brought me expired lunch meat. And then if you scroll up to the very top, it's like I had a lady dasher who once asked me if I wanted Parmesan because it was on sale and she thought it would go well with what else I had ordered. I guess the thing that I'm curious about is that under the presumption that men are doing the easy thing, that's less work. This woman said, I want tampons. And then the replacement was mushrooms.
Just
you're supposed to scan the tampons, but then you're like, I can't find the tampons. And it's like, well, here's the mushrooms. And they're like, well, I can scan the mushrooms.
Yes.
The thing I want to wrap up with on this woman's TikTok is that I do think that like her frustration is valid, because now what's happening is this person, because all the items are like close to, but not exactly, they're like the substitute items, and the person is not looking hard for the pearls. They're just saying, I see the other thing here, I'm going to scan that, and then I can move on. So that is a way for this like man to cut, it's a way for the shopper to cut corners.
No, under the knowledge that like, you know, under the assumption that like, whatever. I'm in charge. Like, it's
no,
like, well, I'm not gonna get
I
in
just want to say
trouble.
that, like, yes, like, because we were looking at this long thread of like, how do you even do this? And I absolutely think it's just, they said can't find it. The replacement was easier to find. Boom, they scanned it. A man gets to be a dumb automaton that just like scans and doesn't like investigate, right?
I completely understand feeling frustrated with the incompetence of someone that you're relying on for groceries or
definitely.
Uber ride or whatever.
Every male bartender I've ever worked with is less diligent and works less hard than every female bartender I've ever worked with, because the stakes of failure or the stakes of underdelivery, in the case of like, if I pour a bad pint, someone will walk up and be like, mate, this is shit. I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I'll just remake it. Or they won't say anything. In the case where a lot of my friends who would bar and are women, the cocktail they make is perceived as like insubstantial or not enough booze in it usually.
A female driver maybe is working harder because they know that if like Jarvis was saying before, if there's a man who ordered the groceries, they could become aggressive for any perceived
like, and that is
fault.
like, that is the thing. It's like the fact that men can become aggressive, like historically and on average, this is just like, we know this, men can be are far more likely to become instantly aggressive and a danger
and not be punished for it very often,
and not be punished for it. Then that creates a culture of fear, and also, you know, women feeling like they need to conform, need to cater to men's volatile feelings.
But this is also part of American society where women feel less able to ask for raises, work harder with less compensation, don't get managerial positions as often, like, yet continue to work harder and harder and harder.
Also, the leash for these women, because we live in this patriarchal structure, can still be shorter despite that.
Course.
So it's like, I have been in workplaces before where I felt like I was not ever at risk of being fired, even if I did less work.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if the a lot of management teams and C-suites and executives tend to skew male.
Yeah.
Like, have a looser leash for men, boys will be boys type culture, than for women, might be more micromanagers. So it's like you're surrounded, by all sides of like just a double standard.
When
right?
I worked at SF MoMA, that museum, when I worked there, was like 90% female staff. It was like overwhelmingly female. Guess the majority of heads of departments, guess their gender. The majority of heads of departments were male.
Yeah.
And, it was so hard for women to get raises and get promoted to managerial positions there. And it was like 90% women. It's so insane.
I mean, it's like the impossible, the bear trap of gender expectation is not just that people have to conform to what they're assigned and that any deviation from that is punished or like disincentivized. That itself is only really a problem, or not only really a problem, that no one should be obliged to perform any particular way. But the reason that it creates so much suffering is because men got all the good cards.
Yeah.
The way we are obliged, we are rewarded or incentivized to push for what we want, be uncompromising.
Yeah.
Get like
Men
preferential
gets
treatment.
angry, they're passionate.
It's like
they have fervor.
great.
Woman's emotional, volatile.
It's it's like if it was like a woman is a morally worse person for enjoying their meal more.
Yeah.
I
And it's
do.
like,
I do though have to say that like I did, and maybe this is mistakenly, a lot of this stuff in my mind is table stakes because it's like feminism 101.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like we needed to kind of.
That's what I mean when I'm rambly saying like at your Thanksgiving dinner table, you've been talking to your annoying uncle.
Yeah, like I had to kindly explain to, my friend's teenage cousin that like it was like that white supremacy was a thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this.
Yes.
Like, because I don't want to. I want him to be open to hearing me out.
If we say like we reference Black Lives Matter, right? If we make that reference, there is so much like re-established lore. If I say it in this room, there is so much understanding nuances, understanding the story that happened, the chronology of it. There are so many people that if you say the words Black Lives Matter, they go, well, all lives matter.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, to us in this room, we know the connotations of saying that.
Yeah.
We know what people are talking about. We understand the reference they're making, and we know the
nuance behind it.
the fact that it's weaponized and that it like later so like a Blue Lives Matter is in the same vein as if you say ACAB, people are like, my son is a cop.
If something happens and you say Mom Donnie's America or Mom Donnie's New York as a joke, it's like, okay, well, I know my audience and what they're going to take from that versus if I say that in a context where I don't know the audience, that might be taken out of context.
Official PR statement validated by my legal team. I think that men are overwhelmingly placed in a position of comfort and absent-mindedness, which has been afforded to them by a lifetime of privilege and preferential treatment, and overwhelmingly, especially with things that they won't be punished for, men will put in the least amount of effort, just as anyone at the height of privilege would. Your manager works less than you because they won't get fired as fast as you will.
All right, so that about does it for this episode. But a couple things. We're heading over to Sad Boyz Nightz, where we're going to play a lighthearted game, hang around, keep chilling. Dipper might still be asleep on the couch. Let's find out.
I got my bet.
And also, our live show is sold out, so thank you for that. That is on January 11th, but we are recording the show and it will be available on our Patreon, so look out for that. And but hey, what is it? It's discretional entertainment spending. Don't even worry about it. It's just content at the end of the day. And that's all. We'll see you over there, or we'll see you next time. Thank you, Anastasia and Jacob, for your lovely contributions as always. Thank you, Jarvis, for holding it down.
No one else. Okay.
No one else. All right. We end every episode of Sad Boys. Thanks, Jordan. We end every episode of Sad Boys with a particular phrase.
Thanks, Jordan. We love you.
And thanks, Jordan. We're sorry.
Thanks, Jordan. We're sorry.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it. Girl, too rich for me.